Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, this is all the playbook. Bring you a Week 8 NFL matchup between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Now, both teams come off a bye week, but let's talk about Houston first. And when the Texans come into this game offensively, you know you're going to get a heavy dose of Arian Foster. Here's a guy that can run the football downhill. They also do a lot of combo blocking. And what that does to a team like the Colts that struggle stopping the run, it forces these guys to make plays initially at the line of scrimmage. So look for a lot more gap, a lot of bellies, a lot of power plays running, and especially a lot of single back and ace formations. That's one thing that's important, because you widen out that pressure. You actually force Freeney and Mathis to become run defenders and play gap control as opposed to just flying out the football field. So that's one thing you're going to look for this week against the Colts. You're going to get a lot more running plays out of double tight end sets, a lot of single back and ace formations. Also offensively, you want to stay the course. Keep your big play wide receiver on the move. Attack those young, shorter cornerbacks of the Colts. So you want to keep Andre Johnson on the move. Utilize a lot of different formations to get him involved, get him with the football, whether even put him in the slot and sending him across the middle and is in that shallow cross route. That's something that could be effective this week you want to look at. Now defensively, I look at the matchup between Kevin Bentley, the newly starting linebacker in place of DeMeco Ryans, versus Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning loves to control the middle of a defense because he feels as though that's the middle, that's the nucleus. If you can control the middle, you can effectively do what you want on the edges. So I'm looking at Bentley coming into this game, has to make sure he stays stout against the run, and he also can't get suckered in by the play action. So that's one thing that they have to win. Also, defensive line pressure is going to be key. You may not get to Manning, but if you can make the pocket uncomfortable, Manning will get rid of the football quickly, and you allow your fast, athletic linebackers to make plays underneath and make the tackles. Now, you coming in with the Colts offensively, they can run the football. They just choose not to. So if they can run the football a little bit more this week and stay committed to it, this is going to be a different game, because the Colts can run the football with some effectiveness. Adai looks better back there this year as opposed to last because he's healthy. So that's one thing you want to keep the running game on pace to help neutralize the absent loss of Dallas Clark for the season. Also, attack that tight Texans secondary. You effectively can hit big plays deep down the field. The secondary of the Texans keep both teams in it. So that's one thing that you can do this week. You do to effectiveness more deep shots down the field against that Houston Texans, especially in the safety spot, sans Bernard Pollard. Now, defensively, what you have to do, you have to be aggressive against the run. 11 men to the football. Play on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. That's one thing that you didn't do week 1. They was effective. They ran the football down your throat. They punched you in the mouth. That's something you guys got pushed back. So hopefully that bitter taste in your mouth, you carry it over to this week and play aggressive on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. The special teams wise, you have to force the Texans to go the length of the field. That's something that's important. That is key. And getting pressure on Schaub is going to prove to be detrimental to what the Texans want to do on offense. So you have to make sure you utilize Freeney. I know he loves to run from his traditional left end spot, but you have to make sure right end spot. I'm sorry. You have to make sure you get pressure on Schaub, and that way you disrupt the entire timing of that offense. So you kind of want to bracket Andre Johnson and force these other wide receivers to make plays. And I know that sounds easy, but I think the Colts will come into this game well rested, aggressive, but lose to the Houston Texans because the Texans still can run the football. I'm going with Houston in this matchup. When you can run the football, you effectively chew up the clock. You keep Peyton Manning that offense off the field, and you have an aggressive defense yourself. Cushing neutralizes the loss of DeMeco Ryans, and just as more so than what they're going to use at tight end to offset the loss of Dallas Clark. So I think the Texans are in great position to win a game this week and sweep the Indianapolis Colts for the season. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL, or you can visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan.